Scritty here, demon.com. Welcome to October. I'm going to be doing a big update for the free links in October, but I'm going to do something about them first. Now, I've been running GSA for about 2.5 months collecting these links. I've got a Zrummer set as well with a similar issue, to be honest with you, but most of you guys don't have Zrummer and have GSA, so you'll appreciate what this is. When I looked at my GSA stats, I shall bring them up. I took a screenshot of them. This is in Irfan view, and it says I've currently scraped just over 3.5 million URLs, which is a lot. You know, you see people selling lists for $30 with 50,000, 100,000, 250,000 in them. Well, this is 3.5 million. This is pro rata. This could be worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. There's bound to be sites on here which are in your niche, unless you've got a very obscure niche. So 3.5 million. Problem is that's URLs and not sites. And as you know, GSA has got the ability, if you give it a site, just the root domain, it will go in and look for places to put comments or whatever it wants to do, because you get. If I load one of these, look at this one alone is 38 megabytes, just the PHP nuke. And here's that file open, and it's chuffing enormous, and that's not so bad. But let's have a look at the blog comment sites. I mean, this is a powerful. Here we are, and you'll see as you go down, so many on the same site. If you do a sort on them, you'll find that the same site's appearing in some cases 200 or 300 times when you get them in order, which isn't what you want. You don't want the same site 200 or 300 times. GSA only needs a root domain. It can go in and find all the rest. Now the problem with this is just this list is now over 1/4 gigabyte. It's too big really to share with the hundreds of people who need to share it with. It would be probably like a terabyte of bandwidth over time, and it would cost me a small fortune. But it doesn't need to be this way. And I realise that a lot of other people may have the same problem that I've got, in that they want to find a way of finding all the duplicate domains and just bringing them back to the root and sorting out all the other stuff, and letting Zrummer or GSA or whatever they use actually go into that domain and find all the different targets itself. It can do that as long as it knows there's a domain on there that's identified. It can do that just fine. It doesn't need every single URL listed separately. It can find the individual URLs. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm cracking open Excel because I love pissing about with VBA and writing macros. So I'm going to write a little macro that goes through these one at a time, sorts them, concatenates them to about the third backslash. I'm thinking probably the way I'll do it. After HTTP, hypertransport protocol, there's a double backslash. The third backslash will be after the root domain name. In 99% of cases, there are some weird ones with some letters and numbers at the beginning which break those rules a little bit. Find the third one, take all the rest off, get rid of duplicates, and save it to another file, and hopefully reduce this enormous 1/4 gigabyte list of 3.5 million URLs down to maybe a couple of tens of megabytes with a few tens or hundreds of thousands of sites only. And then you can put those sites in the tool, and the tool will find the individual URLs in those sites for you, because Zrummer does it brilliantly. I know GSA does it pretty well as well. You'll get 90% of the value for just 10% of the file size and the faffing about. I mean, some of you that run this on VPSs, you'll struggle to transfer this across. You do it over your desktop connection or whatever. If you're on Windows, you might use remote desktop, and it will struggle to get that across. It might take you 20 minutes or something. It's not something you really want to be messing with. And GSA also struggles to deal with parsing something of this size. It takes 10 or 15 minutes, even on a really good server with like dual core process and all that, to deal with it. So let's trim it back. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's going to be my October update to you guys. Will be this whole list with 3.5 million URLs trimmed down to sites only. It'll still probably be tens of thousands of sites, maybe even hundreds. And as long as you guys understand that, put it in. I'll show you the settings that you use in GSA, and it will be wonderful. I've kept this video to under 5 minutes, so I'm chuffed as well. Scritty at demon.com, signing off.